Now, Emerson considers the apparent inequalities that life deals out to different people. Why are some people gifted with, musical ability, say, and other people are not? And he says that love reduces these as sun melts the iceberg in the sea. Because when we realize that all men are one, then we don't have discrepancies in the system. We have it between individuals, but not in the whole. He says, look at those who have less faculty, and one feels sad and knows not what well to make of it. Like someone who has a less ability than say, I do, or whatever. It seems a great injustice, but love reduces these. The heart and soul of all men being one, this bitterness of his and mine ceases. His is mine. I am my brother, and my brother is me. So his deficiency is mine. My ability is his. We are all connected. We are all one. And there's a grander scheme in which this all makes sense. He says, if I feel overshadowed and outdone by great neighbors, I can yet love. I can still receive. And he that loveth maketh his own the grander he loves. When you love something, it kind of becomes part of you. The grandeur that you love will be yours as well. Even if you don't possess it in an ownership kind of way, you can have it in a sense and enjoy it. Now he points out some very gifted folks. He says, Jesus and Shakespeare are fragments of the soul, and by love I conquer and incorporate them in my own conscious domain. His virtue is not that mine, his wit, if it cannot be made mine, is not wit. So he even says a soul like Jesus or a creator like Shakespeare, we can incorporate them into ourselves, and therefore we are them in a sense, and they are us in a sense. Now he speaks of letting things go. Such also is the natural history of calamity, so tragedy that comes along. The changes with which break up at short intervals the prosperity of men are advertisements of a nature whose law is growth. So he's saying that growth is the reason we have calamity, that we have tragedy. And he mentions that in proportion to the vigor of the individual, these revolutions, these changes are frequent, until in some happier mind, so this is a goal to have this happier mind, they are incessant, and all worldly relations hang very loosely about him. So the changes then can be just constant, but you're not tied to one state, and so you let it go and allow the next state to come. And he compares this to a shellfish that crawls out of its stony case that has become too small for it, and it finds a new home, and then it finds another new home, because as growth keeps going on, we have to change, we have to find a new home, so to speak. He chides us. He says, we cannot part with our friends. We cannot let our angels go. We do not see that they only go out, that archangels may come in. So he's saying we've got to realize that when we let something go, something new comes. And that something new is more worthwhile, more suited to our present state than that outgrown relationship, that outgrown place or state of mind. Up and onward for evermore, the voice of the Almighty saith, we cannot stay amid ruins. So he wants us to keep growing and continue to be in new places. He admits that this is difficult, and yet the compensations of calamity are made apparent to the understanding, that means to the thinking, to the reason, also after long intervals of time. Now, it doesn't seem like a good thing when someone dies, or when we have to give up something that like a job or something we thought was important. He says a fever, mutilation, a cruel disappointment, a loss of wealth, a loss of friends seems at the moment unpaid loss and unpayable. But the sure years reveal the deep remedial force that underlies all facts. So even a death, even losing a friend, eventually, he says, assumes the aspect of a guide or genius. So that experience becomes like a guide, like a spiritual guide that teaches us something. For it commonly operates revolutions in our way of life, terminates an epoch of infancy, so it ends a period of our lives in which we were ignorant, or we were less wise, terminates an epoch of infancy or of youth which was waiting to be closed, breaks up a wanted occupation or a household or style of living, and allows the formation of new ones, more friendly to the growth of character. So all of these changes are for our own good, and they suit our new character better than the old situation. And now he ends with a wonderful image. He says, we're like flowers who would have remained a sunny garden flower with no room for its roots and too much sunshine for its head. By the falling of the walls, of the garden walls, they crumble, they fall. It seems like a tragedy, but by the falling of the walls and the neglect of the gardener is made the banyan of the forest, a giant tree, yielding shade and fruit to wide neighborhoods of men. And there's the essay. Well, I'm inspired. I hope you are too. Join me for another video sometime.